All right, everyone, welcome back to Make the Music. We're in part 5 of our series. We're building out a song from scratch. Today is guitar day, so we're going to be looking at acoustic guitars and electric guitars. I have my condenser mic set up here, which I'm going to show you how I would mic up my acoustic guitar situation. So that's what we're getting into in this video. If you're following along with the challenge, I'd really love to hear how your song's coming along. What part of the tracking stage are you at? You don't have to be exactly where I'm at, but I hope you're following along with the challenge to some degree. Like I said, I'm going to mic up my acoustic guitar. I'm going to plug my electric guitar in, right? We're not going to use that scratch track that I created back in part 1 because it was a DI sound. We're actually going to mic up this acoustic guitar for real. Get a great sound going there. Typically, with the acoustic guitar, I like to take my microphone, and it really depends on the part. So you could put the acoustic guitar anywhere between 1 foot to 6 inches away from the microphone. If it's supposed to be a warm, very bodied acoustic guitar sound that's supposed to take up a lot of space in the mix, I would not hesitate to put the mic a little closer to the acoustic guitar. If it's supposed to be a texture piece, or really you're only supposed to hear pick attack, I would make sure the mic is a little further away, maybe more pointed towards the fretboard, right? So it really depends on what you're trying to get it done. There's not one mic position that works every time for acoustic guitar. You kind of need to record a little bit, test, see if it sounds good in the mix. If it doesn't, then change the position a little bit, change pick selection. Pick can make a big difference as well when it comes to tracking acoustic guitar. Even the acoustic guitar you are using will make a big difference. So try modifying all those different things. It's not about the gear. It's not about how expensive your mic is. This is a MXL V67. This is an $85, $90 microphone. Sounds great as long as you know what you're doing. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do here. You can see in my video as I play along my mic position. In terms of production, I'm going to be doing a centered guitar as well as a couple stereo right and left guitars during the chorus to make it feel wider. But during that verse part, I'm going to try and keep it mono, playing one acoustic guitar. I might add a few lead acoustic guitars in there, just playing little texture pieces, and then use the electric guitars to fill out the rest of the mid-range in the arrangement. So let's get to tracking. I'm going to lay down some acoustic guitar, and then we'll get into the electric guitar portion. Okay, so I got some acoustic guitar down. Now I'm gonna head into the DAW and track some electric guitar. I've brought out my Fender Squier here, and just gonna lay down some rhythm guitar tracks, maybe some leads in the center. The acoustics did a good job of filling it out. I don't want to crowd the track with too many things. I want to have the right kinds of layers, but I'll show you some of the guitar layering I do, what my tracking approach is. So I plug my guitar into my Focusrite interface. This guitar has a little less output. So I'm actually going to move the gain up closer to like the 4 o'clock range. I want this to drive my amp sim a little more than what a guitar with a little more output would have. What I have is, this is going to be guitar left. I have Slate's Overloud, which comes with the Slate bundle, loaded up as my amp sim. I'm just going to go to rock guitar, just grab a preset. The great thing about tracking DI is I can always come in and decide later if I want a different guitar tone. But this one, for the most part, I think will work well. I might tweak it a little bit. For the most part, I'm liking it. I'm going to turn the volume down a bit. Another important point, make sure you tune everything between every few takes. Okay, we're sounding good. I'm going to go into, I really don't have any guitar in verse 1 or the pre-chorus. So really it's just going to be the chorus, playing some guitar parts here. So let's go ahead and track a little rhythm guitar. Okay, that was pretty cool. That worked for me. It was a little loud. I'm just gonna turn it down there. Yeah, I'm really digging that track. I'm gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna use the same tone on the right side. And now to get that full doubled effect, I need to now track another take of it. So you can't just use one track, double it, pan it right and left. It's not gonna give you that double guitar effect. You need to do another take. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that here. Great, that one's panned right. Let's see what that sounds like. It's really exciting. I can hear this track sort of coming together. I do want a little lead part in the center. So I'm gonna duplicate this track again. I'm gonna say this is gonna be guitar center. And let's mess with the tone a little bit, actually. So I don't mind this. What I do want is a little more like reverb and delay. So that's nice. I do want some delay action here. So let's go to delay. Let's try some tape delay. I do want this centered. Actually doesn't have enough gain for me. And I'm gonna use the neck pickup with the tone as well. All right, let's give it a shot with this tone here as I head into the chorus. Okay, not every note was perfect of that, but you get the general idea. I may go back and track some of those notes differently. So our guitar parts are really starting to come together in this song. You could hear I'm adding some layers there. I'm gonna go ahead, finish tracking the rest of the acoustics and electrics before we head on to the next stage, which is gonna be synths, virtual instruments, strings. I've got a lot of great plans for almost cinematic effects and very reverby strings there. So that's what I'm gonna do in the next part. Go ahead, get your acoustic guitars, electric guitars tracked if you're following along with the series. If you have any questions about how I did any of that, I tried to describe it as best as possible. Leave a comment down below and like and subscribe to the channel so you can follow along with this series and see what my process is like for building out a song. I'm kind of excited. It's really kind of coming together as all the layers are being added, all the guitar parts are being added. It's tough to kind of envision the song was just one guitar and one drum part like we had back in part one, but now we're adding more layers. It's going to start sounding exciting. I'm getting inspired to create some vocal parts as well, which we'll get into after the strings part. So I hope you're following along. Thank you so much for watching. And anyways, I'll see you guys next time.